Podouken!
All right, so I think that'll bring us to our episode questions. We did release a video last episode on it. We got a lot of responses, mostly due to our legs.
Do you notice that I have jeans on
I
today?
did notice that. I saw
because
that
my eyes are up here, fellas.
You're protecting the goods.
Yeah, I don't want people looking at my gams and my tattoos. Those are for me and you guys.
Well, for those that decide to join the YouTube channel and see the video content, you see that Jared and I are still showing the goods.
Yeah.
Well, I think Rob, those might be a little shorter than even the previous shorts. The Adidas shorts, I think, are a little shorter.
Jared, thank you for noticing.
So, I'm thinking next time you'll go like Umbro, and like each time you'll get a little bit shorter.
You know what? You got to give the people what they want.
That's what I figured.
Hey, man,
that's show business.
You're not wrong.
So we got a couple of episode questions for this episode. The first one is, this is from Ruben Bal Sharif on our Discord. If I was passing by someone and her headphones were bleeding out and I could hear it was Podouken, what pickup line should I use?
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. First off, how loud are your headphones? Because that's obnoxious.
Who do you think is bleeding out the most in that scenario?
Ooh, either me. I don't know, man. I just hate the sound of my own voice.
Yeah.
You're the one who records. I don't know who's normally the loudest.
Well, I try to balance everybody, but
Well, before that, though.
Yeah. Usually you are, yeah.
I don't know. I would say it's probably me bleeding, just because I feel that I talk loud. I don't even know, man.
I'd say if you're relying on a pickup line from Podouken, then you're probably already lost that battle.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. I don't even know, man. Like, pickup lines have always been a weird thing. Oof. I don't know. Genuinely.
I mean, you can always bond over, hey, you want to play some Boonga Boonga, or you want to...
Oof. Oof.
Come on, Jared. Hear this with the secret of the Podouken pickup lines here.
I was trying to do something with Smash
So
Boy.
it's he overheard somebody listening to Podouken.
I guess the setup here is in this magical world of wherever this is happening.
Where we have listeners.
Fantasyland that, yeah.
Someone whom you find attractive and a stranger, you realize that they are listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
And so you want to hit them with the perfectly honed Podouken reference pickup line. So what would that be?
Again, I was trying to build something around like Smash Boy and Cleveland L. Or is it Cleveland S? I forget.
No, it's Cleveland L.
Cleveland L.
Is that the Cleveland L right there?
I don't remember which one's which. It would be something around. I would need some time to craft the correct answer.
Yeah, I mean, what's in your 4 slot? I don't.
Oh,
whoa, that's
hey man,
seems like something you would ask after a couple of dates.
Hey man,
right.
that's good. That's very good. Whoa, dude.
Hey, you see how many kids this guy has?
I did. Yeah.
So,
Jared,
out of all of this, this is the guy with the Riz right here.
I am not going to beat that.
Well, I mean, I assume too the response will let you know really how attractive they are. I mean, if she, Neoturf Masters #1.
Well, yeah.
So and then right there, like, okay,
yeah,
there's got to be a connection. Or if she's like, I don't know, like,
what if she's like just all metal slugs? Like the safest possible choice. Like that's a flag, right?
No, it is a flag.
Like you need to at least have the formula of the one action, one sport.
I want to be
puzzle.
Look, it's. I'm not going to say it's a red flag.
Or
if you're super into Metal Slug,
or if it's
pretty awesome.
Or if it's just Puzzle Bobble. What else is there for Neo Geo? Like,
my wife.
Like those are those are some of the flags that.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it would be a good gauge line, like a good line, and then it gives you a good barometer for the relationship going forward.
Yeah, for like Nightmare in the Dark.
Yeah.
What was the straight piece in Tetris? What was the name of it? Orange Ricky was the S, right?
I don't remember
I can't remember what the straight
fake name
was.
for it.
I was gonna say like you want to see me drop my straight piece near your Smash Boy or something like that. That's what I'm saying. Like I need some time to craft it.
Need some. Yeah, we need some workshopping.
We need to workshop it.
Yeah.
That's a weird question, dude. Like, I appreciate it, but that's a weird one.
I figured I'd throw that one in to kind of like get everybody off base.
Sure.
Because we're always so used to like answering just arcade related
Well,
questions.
you did it. Good job.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't me. I just picked one. So I don't know. Let us hear your best pickup lines based on. I was trying to work in some of the old like Franklin Gundam Roosevelts or something like that, but I'm not good at this.
I was trying to help you out. The long one was Hero.
That's lame.
Yeah.
I retract what I said.
I can be your hero, baby. If you'll be my Smash Boy. I don't know how that would work, but maybe. Hey, everybody's got something.
I guess.
All right, more traditional question coming up. This is from Bizarro AIDS on our Discord. Was there ever was there a movie or IP that came out back in the 80s or 90s that you wanted to see made into a cab or pinball machine?
Very much so. My dream theme, well, first off, my dream theme was Jaws pinball, and whatever. That happened, I guess.
It turned into a nightmare.
It's just, it's not bad. It's just not for me. But my ultimate theme for an arcade game and or pinball has always and probably will always be Futurama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have a lot of Simpsons stuff, and I know Futurama has and does currently have a very rocky, weird time, just existence. But I always thought that a pinball could be cool along the lines of you'd have like the human tubes where they kind of like traveled around in the early seasons. There's so many characters you could put in there. Definitely would have to have Hedonism Bot because that's my favorite character. Just I think.
Boy.
I apologize for nothing. It's my favorite line ever.
I was gonna say voice work would be like pinball. To me, that's not. I don't want to say a no-brainer, but like from theme-wise, you've got everything that you need to be able to craft a great pinball machine.
And that's what I've always admired about Futurama is it's the Simpsons with limitless storylines because space and all kinds of stuff and time. That would always be. I just think that it's colorful enough. There's enough there. There's all the different characters, voice actors. You could just do so much cool stuff with Futurama.
Yeah.
We were talking about doing one for a while. I think we were going to do a Strataflight that we had.
I want to clarify what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a Planet Express pinball. It wouldn't have been Futurama, but Strataflight was it 70s?
Yeah.
Early 70s?
Electromechanical.
Yeah, an old EM pinball that kind of had a ship on it already that was very... I would say it was Planet Express ship-esque.
It's more like a Concorde type.
So like the Planet Express ship is modeled after like the Thunderbirds ship. But this was kind of like a futuristic Concorde-esque kind of ship.
So you wouldn't just take the Thunderbirds pinball and make it the...
No, I would not.
You want a good pinball to start with, not...
So it would have just been neat to me to take that game and like retheme it as Planet Express, put the actual Planet Express ship on and kind of put like packages or stuff like that on it. But I didn't want to give it Futurama anything other than like the actual like Planet Express ship. I thought that would have been a neat thing, but we just never did anything with it, and that died in a flood, I think.
Yes,
we gave it away.
It came back.
It came back like a boomerang, and then it died in a flood.
Yes.
What about you guys? What did you want to see? I think I know yours. All right,
I'll give it a hint. Then it did technically have an arcade game.
Then I don't know yours.
But I would say top of the list would have to be Goonies. And I know they had a homebrew. Somebody made a homebrew Goonies pinball.
Our buddy Mike, he made it. Really, he did a good job with it. It had like Cyndi Lauper music. I think it was a Gottlieb.
It was a Gottlieb.
Heat?
I can't remember
Hollywood
what
Heat?
it was. Okay.
That was rethemed, I think.
I think so.
It was one of that era Gottliebs, but he did a really good job with it.
But I would love to have a Goonies pinball.
Yeah.
I think that would tap into everything you want from that 80s nostalgia feel. And I heard a rumor, I don't know if it was just like AI generated fake BS and stuff, but I heard they were getting people back together for like a Goonies sequel.
Yeah, I hope they don't.
I heard that too, and it seemed more real than the fake stuff that I saw, but it's hard to tell nowadays without digging too much into it.
Not saying anything stern, because I can't afford it if it's Jersey Jack, and I don't even want to think about the other alternatives. But yeah, a Goonies pinball, you could have all kinds of fun stuff there. I mean, it's basically kids Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
you put the Pirates of the Caribbean
pirate
ships
and all One-Eyed Willie and all kinds of stuff that you could do with it. All the sound bites, you get the video rights. It just seems like a really, really good theme, no brainer. And especially if the rumors prove true, it coming back into the zeitgeist, then
could be neat.
Big seller. That's all I'm saying. Stern, big seller.
Yeah.
What about you, Jared?
So mine was similar to your Jaws in that we eventually did get a pin out of it, but it wasn't really what I wanted. So that was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So that, to me, I love that movie growing up. I still love it. I'll still watch it. That's one that I end up watching several times throughout the year. And Jersey Jack ended up doing a game. I haven't played it actually, so I don't want to speak too much of it. But just from an art aesthetic one, they are, with licensed titles. Unfortunately, you're a lot of times given art packages that you're allowed to use.
Star Wars pinball.
Yeah. So with this
Still
IP,
bummed about that.
Unfortunately, they've got a set art package that they've kind of put out there that they license out for stuff like slot machines, just anything.
Coin pusher things.
Coin pusher things, stuff like that.
Maybe the ELOUT side of their... Because that's where their ELOUT side,
where
they do their merchandisers and all that kind of stuff. The division of... I guess that's the main division of what Jersey Jack is, but...
Yeah, so
they can kind of buy that license because you always see them put out not just a pinball that's based on that, but they also will get like the coin pushers that... Willy Wonka and some other stuff.
The coin pusher had previously existed before the pin and stuff like that, but it's the same art aesthetic, and it just it's trying to modernize the original movie more than it is when you watch the original movie. If they were trying to do that,
it would have Johnny Depp in it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not the Johnny Depp version, but it's basically like kind of getting that more like glossy style, like more like think about more coin pusher. One-armed bandit, like look at me style.
It's what all the new Vegas stuff looks like now.
Yes.
Which is just overly saturated, colorful.
Correct.
Which isn't that.
Which isn't that original movie to me. And so from aesthetic standpoint, I don't really dig it. And then designer-wise, which... it's Pat Lawler, which he's not a bad pin designer. There's a lot of his games that I enjoy, but what he's done more
Rudy's
recently,
going to bite you on the neck
because I love Funhouse.
I think I might have more Pat Lawler in here than any other designer.
And his Williams era I love, but I feel like from like Roller Coaster Tycoon like onward.
Well, hold on. We're not throwing shade at
Roller Coaster
at
Tycoon.
RCT, are we?
Tycoon is pretty fun. Safecracker is fun.
Yeah, dude, that dude has some legendary games.
He
Jared.
does.
You picked a.
Dude, we're fighting. Better let that one marinate.
But I don't know, like, and I haven't played it, but I feel like I would have preferred a different design. I would have preferred I think a Stern to get it, maybe, and like a Keith to do it, or like I don't know, like. And maybe if the art was just different, I would feel differently.
I think you would. That game is fun. Like I haven't played every Jersey Jack game. I've played most of them. I think
some of the shots and stuff. It just didn't seem.
The Gobstopper thing's neat. Like I like that. It has some cool like tunnels and stuff like that. It's it's weird. I'm not like super into pinball. Like I like pinball, but like I'm not. I don't know. Like I don't know like what people really dig or like the player. What's it called? Player layout or whatever it is.
Fan layout.
Fan layout. I've never really cared about that. I just want it to be fun, and I had fun playing it. But again, I wouldn't buy one.
Right.
Like
you prefer an Italian bottom or something else?
Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. Like I'm sure that I'll get over it playing because that game does look really really fun. But my God, I saw that and immediately like I think it's a me thing because like when a game comes out, the first thing I notice is something I hate on any game.
Yeah.
And I saw that and I'm like, dude, this was like almost perfect.
Yeah.
And
so you're talking about the asymmetrical flippers?
I just don't like
Uncanny X-Men?
I feel though like I feel I'm gonna have to play the game like this, like offset, and that's gonna bother me. It's I don't know.
Yeah,
like, it just feels crooked.
I understand what you're saying. I didn't even notice it really and start looking for it until you mentioned it, Rob. So that's one that I really have to play.
I'm sure it plays fine. It looks fun as hell. Like it looks amazing. I just
that's one that's on my buy list, but under reservation, I've got to play it first.
Sure.
Same for you, but I mean, I played like Spy Hunter and some of those that have those offset. I don't remember there being like a
you could get used
conscious. To it. Oh, I've got to like
It's just a brain thing
orient
for
myself
me.
to the side here to kind of play it better. It's something your brain
you
connects
get
the
used to
dots on it. But I definitely want to play that before I buy it.
Yeah. It looks fun. It looks amazing. Like I love the Sentinel handrail thing. It looks really cool.
I can't remember if this was technically an 80s movie. Let me look this one up because I might have a 1A answer.
Yes, I picked a television show for movies. I always thought like Rumble in the Bronx could have been a cool one, like a Jackie Chan like action, or like even like a Bruce Lee like Enter the Dragon. You know, I think a cool like kung fu themed pinball could be really cool.
Yeah,
obviously a beat 'em up would make sense too, but Jackie Chan
Kung
did have,
Fury.
That'd be good too. That'd be good too.
Not technically an 80s movie, but I'm going to change the question rules here for a little bit because one of my personal favorite movies that I would love to have a pinball based on would be Army of Darkness.
It could be cool.
That too, I think it hits the horror theme. It's not really a horror movie; it's a comedy, but I mean, it still could hit the horror theme. It's got great pulls, sound bites.
Yeah, you could
all
get
kinds of great modes.
Bruce
that you
Campbell
could
to do the call outs.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can take it mostly from the movie. I mean,
Yeah.
boomstick multi-ball, or
Yeah.
Kalata Verata.
Yeah.
You could do all kinds of stuff where it was just fun modes and playfield design and everything else. So, but that came out in '92, so
That's 90s.
I guess it's a
He said-
skirting it.
Yeah. He said 80s, 90s, didn't he?
Oh, he did say 90. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot the question that I read.
I was going to say, I picked Futurama. That's 99.
So give me a Goonies and a Army of Darkness pinball, and I'll be selling some of my
there's so
current
many-
stuff to make up for it.
There are so many cool things that could make, cool like pinballs. Like even like music pinballs I wasn't really sold on until I played AC/DC and like Metallica. Like those are two games, that I feel are just they use the theme perfectly. Like it's not just the music. They've added things from the band's history and the little shocked guy and the bell and all that stuff. And it's super fun. I think me personally, I would love, they're not really 90s, but I would love like a ghost pinball. And their stage show, there's so many cool things that you can do.
You have like the pottery wheel multi-ball. You could have...
not that ghost, but not that one. But I just think that like there's so many cool things out there that you could make, pins off of.
Yeah.
And it's got to be a nightmare with licensing and everything. That's why they only make a couple a year, I would assume. But it would, there's so many cool things. I just never got them.
Yeah, I keep coming to pinball. It's hard to like think of an arcade game.
Yeah.
One, because like there's not a lot of new arcade games made these days.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, you have to put like the genre and how does that come into the gameplay style and stuff like that. Unless it's like a beat 'em up or some other stuff, it's
Right.
kind of hard to like engineer something around some of those IPs.
Well, and I don't know, like, I was trying to think of some of the big arcade games, like, that are movie IPs that are, like, stand the test of time. I feel like anytime we've talked about a lot of the movie...
Die Hard.
RoboCop.
Like, yeah,
There's
but
a couple.
And they're not bad games, but they're not, like...
They're not great games.
They're not great games.
What I
they're
think-
not over the top, Batman Forever or whatever.
Like could you have a Lord of the Rings arcade game?
You could.
Would that have been
But would it have been, like...
It would
totally D&D Shadows Over My Star?
Yeah, it would have to be something like that. I don't think it would hold up like the pinball did. What would be neat is what's that pinball company that has like the screen in it that you change the
P score or P
whatever the weird the weird owl is on.
Multimorphic.
Multimorphic. It's
That I think
P-Rock?
Peter I can't.
that's
remember.
the name of the
board
system.
set, but
yeah.
I think if you had something like that, I think like an Askewniverse themed pin, but on that, so it could change from like Clerks to Chasing Amy, and the screen and stuff like that. I think something like that could be really cool, where it's like multiple games in one machine. That'd be neat, I think.
Give me a Dogma pinball.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could have something cool like that, where you have all of like the original like Askewniverse stuff.
And I saw something pop up on one of my feeds. I think
It did. It's finally out of
I think
Weinstein
it's out of
hell.
Weinstein
Yeah.
control, but it's not. Smith doesn't own it, correct? Is it?
I don't
isn't it
know.
a third party or something?
Somebody
Okay.
bought the rights to it or the distribution or whoever.
But there might be an agreement where he's going to tour with the
movie, yeah.
screening.
That'd be cool. If they come around, I'd go.
around.
I love
'Cause
that.
That's kind of been Smith's kind of done that with a lot of stuff, especially his later releases. He's not like a wide release. He just goes on a tour around the different theaters, shows the movie, has a Q&A afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's so many, man. There's so many cartoons. Like Power Rangers would be cool. I would love a Power Rangers pinball.
I feel
Batman
like
animated series.
And I feel
Yeah.
like some
Yeah,
of those
that'd
could.
be a really good one.
Yeah, could have made a cool and
Has there?
beat 'em up would be like the
Well-
genre. If you think we're talking about like a Turtles game, that type of thing with Power Rangers or other stuff.
They had a
that's-
good fighting game, Power Rangers.
They
that came
did.
Out.
It was
not,
pretty
not
good.
arcade, but console stuff. That was
And there's a
good.
Power Rangers
Beat 'em
Digital
up.
Eclipse that's coming out with a
Yeah.
beat 'em up. So
Do you consider Batman 66 to be a good pinball? Because I'd say it's the best Batman pinball, right? I don't have a lot of time with Dark Knight.
I like Dark Knight.
I don't have a lot of time with that one.
Yeah,
And
I like
the other one, the 89, I played it.
Well, Batman Forever. I don't think they came out with the first Batman pinball. They came out with Batman Forever.
I thought there was like the small screen.
Oh,
Batman
Data
thing.
East might
Data
have come.
East,
Well,
yeah.
the Batman Forever has that small one.
I meant the alphanumeric, like the not
yeah,
the D&D.
yeah. I think Data East did come
Yeah.
out with the first Batman.
So the best one you think is Dark Knight?
I think Dark Knight is still
Okay.
really good. That was a 2000s era Stern.
Yeah.
But
it had the crane on it, right?
it had
Yeah,
the crane.
okay.
66, I just had bad experiences with playing that game and having the
ball
ball
gets
get
stuck a
stuck
lot,
in the tri
Batcave.
spinner thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of left a bad taste. in my
Animated
mouth.
series could make a really cool pinball. That could be a really good one. I wanted, like the Transformers pin that came out. Again, it's the Bay Transformers, which aren't my favorite, but I always thought like a G1 era cartoon pinball could have been really cool.
Rebrand it like they did
Dude,
with Spider-Man and Star Wars
They
and
had
everything.
that PS4 game. Well, the game wasn't great, but the visuals of that was Transformers Devastation, I think. Dude, that game was it was amazing. Like playing, like the visuals of that game, playing and like fighting Devastator. Oh my god, it was so good. That and a pinball would be amazing.
yeah, I was just gonna say that era Stern goes back to the art again. Like 66 is really fun. But I was just pulling up Dark Knight to remind
Oh, it's
myself.
totally
and it's like
movie
just
Photoshop.
movie
Yeah.
photos of the different faces.
That's what they did back
photoshopped.
then.
I know, but it's
Up
you know,
to Star
that's-
Wars Stern current pinball.
Yeah, but so they just announced today, as a matter of fact, they're mastering Metallica.
Yeah,
On the LCD thing, though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean that opens up an avenue of things like this, right? Why couldn't you take the same
Yeah.
gameplay design,
Let's go Tron.
upgrade the art, upgrade the display,
Yeah.
and then have it re-released as something else?
Let's
So-
get that Tron pin back in production.
yeah.
That game
Unfortunately,
is so good, dude.
I think with Metallica, it's only going to be premium and LEDs.
Yeah, but they've
so,
done that.
Yeah.
No, they have, but that just means cost wise.
Well, yeah, it sucks,
yeah.
but I get it.
So
Yeah, so I think we could keep going on this topic. I think there could be a whole podcast around just this topic
Oh,
that we could
100%.
do, but we'll probably need to call it there. Just
Last
for the
one,
sake of
Gundam. Give me a Gundam pinball, thank you.
yeah,
Franklin Gundam Roosevelt
Yeah.
LE.
and I know we've had some Gundam arcade games, but I think there's definitely some, there's some more room for that genre to transition that we could talk about.
Realistically, any Ghibli property could make a cool pinball.
Yeah.
Akira could make a cool
Well, I was
pinball.
just thinking we had talked about it's hard to come up with a concept
Yeah.
for arcade games, but I feel like Gundam,
Dragon Ball Z pinball, let's go.
As long as you actually climb into the pinball machine to play it. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. If it's a Gundam game, it has to have that feature.
That'd be terrifying and amazing.
All right, well, I think that's going to do it for our episode questions.
Yeah.
yeah,
And for this episode, our second of Listener's Choice, Round 5, Adam.
Thank you.
Round 5.
I will not remember this.
Matt, thanks again for nominating Virtua Tennis. Fun to talk about this game. And first sports game we've talked in quite some time.
Yeah.
So, Jared, where can they find you?
yeah. So just normal stuff, hanging out here, and yeah,
Getting your
pretty
Amy
much
card, playing some Shoonism. I think that's the only reason you show up for episode recordings these days.
Yeah, you don't
is
have to
get
lie about it. It's fine.
I mean,
Get some alone time with the Shoonism. All right, Adam, where can I find you?
Twitch.tv/PassBlaster. I've been trying to stream some more arcade stuff when I have time, usually Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern. I am going to be blowing the dust off of my Naomi cab in the coming weeks to play some Virtua Tennis. And Virtua Tennis 2 as well, in addition vis-a-vis. 2.
Also.
Also.
All right, and if you can, if you want to check us out, feel free to at our website podouken.com or our newly content added enriched YouTube channel. Which, if you're watching us on video, thank you very much. Enjoy the gams, and
like those videos, smash that sub,
sure,
hit the
smash
bell,
that
ring the
sub.
thing.
Ring the thing. all
the
the
stuff.
I have to get
stuffs.
I have to get
Ask-
a picture of Jared's reaction face to put as a thumbnail,
Yeah.
like so we can get some views.
best
ask your
pickup,
kids.
best Podouken pickup lines.
Dude, not this next one, but I'm gonna do it eventually just to see who's watching.
Yeah, so you can check us all those, and of course the HQ, as you were, for Podouken would be our Discord channel. So feel free to hop on there. It's also where you can ask any questions for future episodes that we will record like this and answer. So make them interesting, and of course we always would like to hear your answers to these episode questions on the Discord channel. So let us know. That'll do it for episode 120. Does the math? 7?
Yeah, 127.
127. So thank y'all for listening. Join us next time where we're going to talk about the first arcade game we got from Apple.
Ew.
See y'all next time.
Bye.
Later.
Yeah.